am so convinced that you guys would get the 6 Samurai vs Ninja duel to 350 likes. I went ahead and already did the deck profile, uploaded it for Monday, and now I'm reaping my rewards. And if the video didn't get 350 likes, no need for harakiri, guys. I appreciate it if you like this one, and check out the live duel and give it a like as well. 6 Samurais are on the cutting edge of technology. I mean, they're futuristic samurais that spam the board and were already prepared for links years before they were ever introduced into the concept. This is a shutdown deck, being able to prevent your opponent from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! In a myriad of ways. Why? Because the way of the warrior is just too strong. I'm TheCaliEffect, and if you guys want to see more videos like this, then go ahead and destroy that subscribe button. But more importantly, go ahead and hit that notification bell because, well, we just too strong. I want to take this time to give a special thanks to every single one of my Patreons. Without you guys, videos like this would not be possible. I really do appreciate you guys' continued support and hope to get more viewers, Patreons, everything in between because you guys are awesome. Without further ado, I present to you a competitive 6 Samurai deck profile for this format and possibly the next because 6 Samurai is a pretty good deck. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let us unsheath the blade and look at the stats of 6 Samurai. This deck is extremely powerful. It has already topped some really good events, taking on some regional levels, and I think that this deck's maximum potential could be topping a YCS level. Yes, it is that good, and for the people that are worried about the Forbidden List, forget about it. 6 Samurais are almost untouchable, so it's a pretty good deck to invest in. I think that this deck is just awesome. It's fairly cheap considering how powerful it is, and on top of that, most of the cards that you would be investing in are staples, so you're probably going to need them for some of your other decks as well. So let's start off by talking about the monsters. We run 3 copies of legendary 6 Samurai Kizan. Now, all of the 6 Samurais are separated in a couple of subclasses. You get your legendary 6 Samurais, your secret 6 Samurais, and of course, just your regular 6 Samurais. The legendaries are great because you get a legend and a bottle of milk. That's legendary. Get it? No? Alright, anyways. What Kizan does is when you have a 6 Samurai monster in your field, you can tutor him to your side of the field for free. Basically, this allows you to not run or not have to run any cards like Junk 4, Marauding Captain, Sky Striker, Mecha Hornet Drones because you can play so many cards or so many 6 Samurai monsters that can special summon themselves while controlling a 6 Samurai card. We followed that up with 3 copies of legendary 6 Samurai Kaigeki, and when he is normal summoned, you can special summon a 6 Samurai monster from your hand to your side of the field. Off the bat, that's already 6 ways to put 2 warrior monsters to your side of the field to make an E-Soul for free. That is insane for any type of warrior deck, and that's what actually gives 6 Samurais the edge that it needs to compete. Get it? Edge? Because, alright, anyways. Next is 2 copies of Secret of the 6 Samurai Kizaru, and he's a very good card. When he is special summoned, you can add 1 6 Samurai monster with a different attribute for any other monster that you have on your field. It's really good for getting you basically into your combo if you do draw the combo, but more importantly, it allows you to add 6 Samurai monsters from your deck to your hand, mainly because every single one of your 6 Samurai monsters are pretty much a different attribute. So next is going to be 2 copies of legendary 6 Samurai Mizo and 2 copies of legendary 6 Samurai Shanai. These 2 cards work in tandem with each other. By controlling one, you can special summon the other. What Mizo does is that you contribute a 6 Samurai monster you control to destroy a card on your opponent's side of the field. That's pretty good for disruption, but it works really well with Shanai because if you tribute Shanai, you can add 1 6 Samurai monster from your graveyard to your hand, except for Shanai. So these guys work really well together. There's actually an infinite loop involving both of these guys, and they're very good, allowing you to get 2 warrior monsters to your side of the field, also 2 level 3s if you want to make some other types of plays. Next is 2 copies of Secret of 6 Samurai Fuma, and I have conflicts with this card from time to time. I love it at 1, I love it at 2. You kind of need to play at least 2 to effectively get off the combo, but I love Secret 6 Samurai Jinba because it's the best level 2 tuner. It gives you more access to your synchro plays, but Fuma actually does have other utility, being able to destroy him on your turn to special summon 6 Samurai monsters from your deck to your side of the field. He definitely takes the bill, but I don't want you to forget about Jinba because Jinba has a great normal summon effect and is a level 2 tuner. Next is 1 copy of Secret 6 Samurai Hatsume, and she is hot. Get it? Alright, now, what she does is that you can banish 2 6 Samurai monsters on your field or graveyard to special summon a 6 Samurai monster from your graveyard to your side of the field, so it allows you to bring out Kizaru for extra plays, or even sometimes your level 3 6 Samurai monsters in case you want to have a Shanai Musoho combo, or just another rank 3 play, or even a Link play. Next, that's it for the Samurai. So the Sheen monsters, we want one copy of Sheen Squire. To be honest with you guys, I haven't even read this guy's effect. He's a level 1 warrior tuner earth monster. That's why we run him. Him plus your Kizarus or your Kizans will give you a free Notoria Beast. That's just too hard to ignore. The fact that he's a Sheen card actually does work in its favor because we do play the dojo. I like how I like the dojo because it's cool. And he's just a very powerful card. His actual hand effect is, if a 6 samurai monster you control battles during damage calculation, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. That 6 samurai monster cannot be destroyed by battle. That's not bad. But seeing that 6 samurai monsters do have their built-in protection, most of them, the ones that you want to keep, I guess it could come up. And the last card is one copy of Great Shogun Sheen. This card is an absolute game winner against Sky Strikers, Pendulums, any decks that needs a lot of spells. One thing you guys do have to keep in mind is that if you do negate the activation of opponent's spell or trap card, they can activate another one, because Great Shogun Sheen says they can only activate one spell or trap card, and negating the activation means that it never happened. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Maybe need to give you guys a video about how cards work, but I've had quite a few problems with Great Shogun Sheen in that particular situation. That's it for all of the 6 samurai monsters. For the rest of the support, we actually play 3 copies of Droll and Lockbird. Droll and Lockbird is hands down the best hand trap in the Yu-Gi-Oh card game. No ifs, ands, and buts. If you guys want some analysis on it, then check out my meta analysis. The top decks are prohibited by Droll and Lockbird more than any other hand trap. So if you guys are going to play at least one hand trap, which I think that you guys should, it should be Droll and Lockbird because it does hit those top tier decks. And then the last 2 cards, or the last 2 monsters that I play, is an option. You don't necessarily have to play them because these 2 cards make it a 42 card deck, but I think that they're really powerful. I play the Speedroid Engine, which is 1 Terratop and 1 Takentum, and basically what this does is get you a free E-Soul as well as a search all in one turn. So you summon the Terratop, Terratop gets the Takentum, then you make the Invoker, Invoker summons the Kizaru, Kizaru can get you a search, and then you make E-Soul, get another search, and then summon a monster from your deck to your side of the field, all off of opening Takentum. I mean, but hey, if you don't want to run it, you ain't got to run it. Also want to point out that Takentum, you do actually play other wind monsters inside of Kageki, but, you know, again, if you don't want to run it, you ain't got to run it. Next, for the spells is, oh my god, when there's smoke, there's fire. We play 3 copies of Sheen Smoke Signal. Okay, I'll stop. What it does is the reinforcement of the army of the deck. It allows you to search a 6 samurai monster that is level 3 or lower from your deck to your hand. Next is 3 copies of 6 samurai united, or should I just say 6 samurai together? Because you like to keep them together. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say the joke. For everybody that knows me, I'm not gonna say it. All right. Basically, what it is essentially a pot of greed. Every time you summon a 6 samurai monster, you put a counter on it. Sending it to the graveyard allows you to draw cards. 2 copies of the Dojo. I actually used to play this card at 3, but these 2 cards have a very similar problem. If you already have an established board, drawing these cards suck. But Dojo allows you to summon a Sheen or 6 samurai monster from your deck to your side of the field, depending on the number of Bushido counters on it. It's pretty powerful for extending your plays, and it's actually pretty mandatory for the European combo for the people that don't have Summon Sorceress as well. Lastly, the last Bushido counter gainer carder we have is Gateway of the 6. This card is literally the gateway drug into everything you're ever gonna summon. Alright, that's another terrible pun. You're only gonna use the 4 effect the most, or you're gonna use the 4 effect the most. Being able to tutor 6 samurai monsters from your graveyard or your deck to your hand for 4 counters, and it can come from anywhere? Too strong, man. Next, that is actually it for the 6 samurai support spell and trap cards. No Cunning of the 6 samurai, no the other 6 samurai card, or no asceticism. They're all bad. I could like go on forever why they're bad. They're subpar, they're not good, they don't do anything for the strategy anymore. I'll be able to tell that, guys, probably in the comment section when somebody asks. But next, we are going to be doing the equipped spell cards. It's going to be very surprising because we don't run the basic equipped spell cards. We play 1 Living Fossil, 1 Horn of the Unicorn, 1 Sword of Deep-Seated, 1 Divine Sword, 1 Moon Mirror Shield. No bamboo sword cards. And now you guys are like, TheCaliEffect, why not no broken bamboo sword cards? It lets me draw cards. It's busted. Okay, so I was doing a lot of testing in, you know, with the bamboo sword cards. And I will admit that they give you a bigger upside, but they also increase the odds of you breaking. Drawing cards that you don't want to have. Drawing Broken Bamboo Sword card is terrible. Drawing Cursed Bamboo card is okay, but that's only when you can follow it up with summoning an E-Soul, resolving your E-Soul, sending to the graveyard, and then putting a monster in the field you can summon. Now granted, we can stop right there, and we already know that E-Soul is a card that our opponent's going to be looking for to stop. if they stop the E-Soul before it can actually get its effect to send a quick spell cards to the deck to the graveyard and destroy it, then you're at a really bad position. Now that Broken Bamboo Sword card is dead, also cards like Drolling Lockbird, like I just said, is one of the best hand traps, if not the best hand trap in the game. You're going to put yourself in a huge situation where you get Drolling Lockbird and then just have dead Bamboo Sword cards. Not only that, you can actually use that space to play better cards to play against your meta. I thought that these were all good, mainly because 3 of them allow me, when I draw them, to put them back into my deck, and the other 2 are just solid cards. Living Fossil is an extender. Divine Sword is the best warrior equipped spell card in the game. These 5 spell cards actually essentially allow me to activate E-Soul's effect twice in one game, because Sword of DCD will shuffle itself back into the deck, which will give me 3 more equipped spell cards to work with. I hope that was a good enough explanation on why the other stuff is bad. For the last of the spells, 1 Reinforcement of the Army, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Soul Charge, our extender, and of course our search card, the best search card in the game. And then lastly, I actually took out the Bamboo Sword cards for something that actually helps. 3 copies of Called by the Grave, allows me to disrupt my opponent or stop my opponent from playing hand traps. That is it for the main deck. Let me show you this awesome this awesome extra deck before I show you the sideboard. The extra deck consists of 1 Borreload Dragon, the best Link 4 monster in the game. You don't necessarily need Borreload. You actually do have a couple of slots that are open. You can play whatever you want. So if you guys can't afford Borreload, even with the Mega 10s, then don't worry about it. It's not in the central card. It just allows you to play really well. 1 copy of Boral Sword Dragon, almost the exact same thing. This card is an OTK enabler though. So if you guys don't have it, I very urge you to get it. If there were like an order or priority, it would definitely be Load before Sword, because Load has more utility in Sword. Is just that OTK card. What you guys could play instead of either or is Saryuja Skull Dread. I don't play it because there's just, there's not a lot of times where I actually need to summon it, ever. I just don't have, like, I can summon it, but it's like, why, when I can do this, or I can do this, or I can do this. So, I mean, it's not a bad card, it's just, I just didn't find any ways to make use for it. Summon Sorceress is one of the most important cards in the deck, but for you European players, watch the combo tutorial. We have something for you with Saucing. Decode Talker, 2 copies of E-Soul, because like I said, we can resolve it twice. Phoenix, Cerberus, Goblin, 1 Legendary 6 Samurai Sheen. In my opinion, you don't need more than 1. It's just no need to have more than 1. It's really good at 1. You summon it, you negate your opponent's stuff, you get over with it. 1 Naturia Beast, that's another reason why you don't need to have 1. And then for the Xyz, because that's right, we play Lynx, Synchros, and we play Xyz. This card is a game winner, number 86, Heroic Champion, whatever his name is. He is amazing. Oh my god, making him with 5 materials is very easy, especially since I play number 75 Gothic Shadow. Putting 2 level 4 monsters and 2 level 3 monsters on your board with an E-Soul is your win condition. It's gonna win you a lot of games. This card is stupid powerful in this deck. And then lastly is 2 copies of MX Saber Invoker. You won't believe how many times I go through 2 Invoker. I mean, I go through the first Invoker if you play the Terror Top to make the E-Soul for free, and then you go through the second Invoker for the combo, and that's gonna get you the Heroic Champion Summon Sorceress with a Heroic Champion on 5 materials. That's it for the main board, and extra deck. My apologies, where I'm at. Let me get you the side deck real quick. Let me slide up in the side deck. For the side deck, we run the next best hand trap, in my opinion, Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. Reason why I think Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit is more effective than, more effective than Ash Blossom is because Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit actually hits face-up threats. Of course, if you guys don't agree with that, you can still play that Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. 3 copies of Twin Twisters, really good against this meta, everything back row heavy. And then we also follow it up with 3 copies of Shared Ride because my opponent's gonna search, I wanna search with them too. We're gonna follow that up with 3 copies of Red Reboot for your back row heavy decks, and then 3 copies of the card I think that this deck was just meant for, like 3 copies of Rivalry of the Warlords. This card is nasty good. It doesn't slow me down at all. I can still play Yu-Gi-Oh! I can still make E-Soul, Legendary 6 Samurai Sheen, and activate Rivalry of the Warlords and be like, yeah, why don't you play Yu-Gi-Oh! Goki? You summon other non-warrior monsters to get where you, because I can. I'm a 6 Samurai deck. You need all that other stuff. But you go ahead. You try, bro. You do your thing. It's really good against decks that, you know, summon other types of monsters to the side of the field. That's it for the main board, sideboard, and extra deck. Let me show you guys these saucy combos. I know you're gonna love them. Okay, so there are a couple of combos that allow you to put infinite amount of counters on your Gateway of the 6 Samurai. The first and most easiest combo is just going to require your Gateway of the 6 Samurai and any 2 cards that hold Bushido counters. So I'm going to use Sheen's Dojo or 6 Samurai Yada. You could have any combination of both. The last card you were going to need is any one Six Samurai monster. It's that simple. I'm actually going to use Secret Six Samurai Kizaru. What you're going to do is activate all 3 of your gateway cards. Normal summon your Kizaru. Gateway gains 2 counters, United gains a counter, and Dojo gains a counter. Now the best thing about Gateway of the 6 is that it can remove counters from anywhere on the field. Remove those 4 counters to add from your deck to your hand any copies of Legendary Six Samurai Kizan. Special summon that Kizan, and you guys should already know the drill. Use those to add your 3rd Kizan and your 2nd and 3rd Kizan. Now, when it's filled, you can actually start going into your E-Soul play. E-Soul to special summon Shinai, and then add Mizuho, and then continuously do the combo over and over again until you see fit, or until you have the board that you want. Now, this particular deck isn't built, or it does have the ability to extra link, but since Gateway is at 1, I didn't decide to rely on it. Another combo that this deck actually can do with relative ease is just, it's a 4-card combo again, but it's still really easy to do. You're going to need Legendary Six Samurai Kaigeki, either Shinai or Mizuho. We're going to use Shinai for this example. You're also going to, of course, need Gateway of the Six Samurai and any card that holds Bushido counters. What you're going to do is activate both of your Bushido and Gateway of the Six Samurai. Normal summon Kaigeki, uses the effect to spell summon Shinai. That's going to place 4 counters on your Gateway, 2 counters on your Six Samurai United. Remove 4 counters, 2 from the United first, and then the other 2 from the Gateway, to add the other corresponding Legendary Six Samurai monster that you didn't have to your hand. Use its effect to special summon itself, putting 4 counters on Gateway, 1 counter on Six Samurai United, and then Gateway's effect to remove those 4 counters from itself again. That's going to add you another copy of Legendary Six Samurai Mizuho, special summon it to your side of the field, putting 4 copies of Legendary Six Samurai on Six Samurai United, and 2 copies of Gateway of the Six. This is where it becomes a little tricky. You are going to use one of your Mizuho's effect to tribute your Shinai to destroy your other Mizuho. That's going to trigger Shinai's effect to add the Mizuho to your hand. Next, you are going to do is remove 4 counters from, that was actually supposed to be 2 and 2. Remove all the counters from your Gateway and your Six Samurai United to add your Shinai. Then you are going to spell summon Shinai, spell summon Mizuho, bringing 1 and 4 to your spell counters. If you continuously do that, you will gain 1 counter for every single time you do this, using this Mizuho to tribute this Shinai to destroy that one, to add back, and continuously do it. You'll keep gaining 1 counter. Also be mindful that Six Samurai United can only hold up to 2 counters. My apologies. Gateway cannot, or can hold as many as it wants to. So you want to start using those counters on Six Samurai United as often as you can. You don't want it to linger on there. That is it for that combo. I'm going to show you guys 2 more combos because this deck has them all. Okay, so there are quite a few ways to perform this combo, and don't worry, European players, I still kept you guys in mind when making this video. Okay guys, so there are a few ways to make this combo, and don't worry European players, even if Summer Sorceress isn't legal, there's still a way to make it because this deck is really good at doing what it does. This combo is going to require Legendary Six Samurai Kaigeki. It's also going to require a Kizaru in your hand, and lastly, you are going to need Legendary Secret Six Samurai Fuma. What you are going to do is normal summon your Kaigeki, and then use Kaigeki's effect to special summon Secret Six Samurai Kizaru. Use Kizaru's effect to add either Shinai or Mizuho from your deck to your hand, and use both of these monsters for a link summon of your E-Soul of Two Tails of Noble Knights. Activate the effect of E-Soul Two Tails of Noble Knights, adding a monster from your deck to your hand. I'm going to add Kaigeki. I'm not going to summon it in the sequence again. And then I'm going to send 3 equipped spell cards from my deck to the graveyard to special summon a level 3 monster from my deck to my side of the field. Now, as long as the 3rd equipped spell card is sort of deep-seated, you guys are alright. Use that to special summon the corresponding Legendary Six Samurai monster from your deck to your side of the field, and then special summon the next Six Samurai monster you need. Use these 2 monsters for a Exceed summon to MX Saber Invoker, and then activate Invoker's effect, detaching the Mizuho to special summon Six Samurai Kizaru to your side of the field. Now, Kizaru's effect is going to trigger, allowing you to search a Legendary Six Samurai monster from your deck to your hand. I'm going to go ahead and add Mizuho. Use the E-Soul and the Invoker for another link summon of your Summon Sorceress, and then Summon Sorceress targeting the Kizaru, or I'm sorry, not targeting the Kizaru, to Summon Sorceress to special summon Secret Six Samurai Fuma to your side of the field. Now that I think about it, you don't want to get Shinai, you actually want to get Mizuho. Use the effect of Summon Sorceress, targeting the Fuma or the Kizaru, it doesn't matter. Special summoning the Shinai back to your side of the field. From there, you can special summon these legendary 6 Samurai Mizuho and then tribute the Shinai to destroy your Fuma. That's going to trigger a couple effects. Shinai's first effect is actually going to allow you to add a monster from your graveyard to your hand. As long as you're not adding Kizaru, you're perfectly fine. This time around, I'm going to add the second Mizuho. The next thing we're going to do is trigger our effect of Fuma to special summon a monster from our deck to our side of the field. Use that to special summon Secret 6 Samurai Hatsume. Now we're going to use Hatsume's effect, banishing 2 6 Samurai monsters in our graveyard to special summon Secret 6 Samurai Secret 6 Samurai Kizaru back to our side of the field. Use the effects of Kizaru to add a non-water monster from our decks to our hands. If Hatsume wasn't water, man, we'd be going in. The last thing that you could add is your next Kaigeki, so that's going to set you up for a pretty awesome play. The last thing you are going to do is use both your Kizarus for your number 86, and then both your Hatsume and your Mizuho for your Gossip Saddle. Use the effect of Gossip Saddle to underlay it, or to place itself as material to your number 86, and that's how you have a 5 material number 86. Now I like to put it in this zone for 2 specific reasons. First of all, Summon Sorceress, if I put it in this zone, if I make a Nightmare Goblin, it only has 1 way to point. I really want it in this zone because I can use Summon Sorceress to special summon another monster, possibly another Shinai, nope, not another Shinai, possibly to special summon another monster to my side of the field, special summon another monster, use those 2 for a Nightmare Goblin, and I have 2 normal summons which I can take advantage of with double Kaigeki. Regardless, it's really fun to play this deck and I love it. Now the combo that I'm going to show you guys again is the exact same thing, but without Summon Sorceress. Okay guys, so the non-Summon Sorceress is actually a 4-card combo. You're going to need Sheen's Dojo. You're also going to need, where are those cards? You're going to need your Kaigeki, as well as Kizaru, and you are going to need a, where is that level 4 guy? You are going to need a legendary 6 Samurai Kizan in your hand. That's going to net you the exact same result, getting you what you need without the Summon Sorceress. What you are going to do is activate Dojo, normal summon Kaigeki, Kaigeki to summon Kizaru, Kizaru to search either Mizo or Shinai, it doesn't matter. Use both, or then special summon your Kizan. We already have 3 counters on Dojo. We only need 4 to get this off. So if you guys draw Dojo at any given time, if you can still summon 3 6 Samurai monsters, you are fine. Use both of these monsters for our link material into our E-Soul, and then E-Soul sending the required materials, 3 equipped spell cards for the graveyard to special summon Shinai. Now next we're going to special summon 6 Samurai Mizuho, and then use the effect of Dojo to special summon our 6 Samurai Kizaru. Actually, you want to use these monsters as an XC material first into your Gossip Shadow. That's actually the best way to do it, because now you can use your Dojo sending itself to the graveyard to special summon your next Kizaru, and now you can add a water monster from your deck to your hand, which could be either Hatsume or another Shinai. Following up, you're going to use both of these monsters for your Ragnazumit, and then use these monsters as link material. That's how you European players can still get number 86 in this 6 Samurai deck. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give this video a like, and if you didn't, let me know down below in the comment section what we could do to be better. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy. I hope you guys are having a great day like I am.